All right. Feel free.
Just asking Taj and Mac about how you talked about finishing games strong and not letting teams get back in. Obviously, you guys did that today. And it's still early up in the season, but what do you feel like is different this year, being able to do that in this game as opposed to not being able to do it last year?
Well, we've got to start better. We started better last year, but we just didn't finish great. Now, when you play a UConn and you get down by 20, sure, it's great to make a nice run in the fourth quarter, but you lose by 13, you lose by 12. We've got to play 4 quarters, and that's what I'm trying to get them to understand the importance of it. I mean, the way it looks now, I'm just going to need to run them for about an hour and a half before each game so they think it's the fourth quarter when the game starts. And then maybe we're up 20 after the first quarter, because I've never seen anything like it in back-to-back games where our lack of focus, attention to detail is what we've got to improve on. It's disappointing in ways. We're a good basketball team. I think we're a good basketball team, and we've got good pieces. We're not a basketball team that can just step on the floor and Dana Evans is going to drop 30 in the first half. Ajadur is going to drop 47 again. We don't have that. So we've got to play team basketball, and everybody's got to be willing to do their job. And if your job is rebounding, then give me 100% effort at rebounding. If your job is to set screens, be the best screener there is. Not everybody can be a scorer. You've got to be able to make open shots if you want to shoot. And that's part of the issues. I think I've got some players that think, hey, I'm a shooter. Well, they're all shooters, but they're just not all makers. Okay? And we need makers. And then who's going to guard for us? Because we did a poor job of that in the first half. So that's my frustration, is trying to get them to understand if shooting's not your forte, and it's okay, it's not everybody's, you can still have value and be fantastic and give something to our team to help us win. You just have to be willing to embrace it. So I thought Laura played extremely well. She missed some easy shots around the basket she normally makes, but she comes up with 11 boards again, 5 assists, 1 turnover. I thought E played well in her minutes. 7 boards for us, 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 at the line. But we've got to get – Amari did not play well. And it's okay. I mean, it's a reality. I mean, you've got to be able to admit when you play well, admit when you struggle. And she struggled in the first half. And that's what she has to understand. That's not acceptable for us. And I'm not saying she's got to score, make every shot, but she wasn't very good at the defensive end of the floor, setting her teammates up, things like that. And she knows it. We talked about it during the game. But for us to be a really good basketball team, everybody has to show up every single night. Consistency's hard. But if you want to be successful, you have to have consistency. And again, it doesn't mean you're going to make every shot, but your effort has to be consistent. Understanding what's going on during the game has to be consistent. Yes.
What was it then in the fourth quarter? Did they just kind of see the game situation and decide to get serious, or once you're on enough, or what kicks in at that point that maybe made it?
Well, I thought defensively we were much better. Now they still got some open shots, but I thought that they got a little tired because we were actually starting to put some ball pressure and making them uncomfortable. But then we finally started converting in transition where we can be really good. And that's what we're going to have to continue to work on, is making the extra pass, getting it to your teammate. And then we have to work on making layups too. I mean, I know it's a difficult concept, but, play off 2 feet, go up, and put the round ball in the round basket and bank it off the backboard. It's crazy, but it's up there for a reason. I'm trying to explain that to a lot of them.
do you think, probably there's no way for them to have experienced it, maybe they should know it, but for new players, do they understand that, when Northern Kentucky or anybody really comes in here with what you've achieved in the last years, it's a big deal for them, and they're gonna come in and play well, whether you feel like playing well or not? Is that something that's still hitting home?
You're trying, I'm trying to explain it. You're trying to make players understand what's been done here in the past. And that's sometimes it's difficult. It's, NBA 2K comes in here and our kids all get scanned and we're one of 16 teams selected. And I just was very honest and I was like, hey, it's not because what you all have done. It's what the teams in the past have done. So now it's your turn to hold up your end of the bargain. Because we don't get that opportunity. These players don't get this opportunity if it's not for what's been done here over the past 19 years. And that's where trying to make sure they understand they have some responsibility to hold this to a standard that we've been at. And it's different for some of them, especially some of the transfers that they're talented, but getting them to understand you got to play hard every time you're on the floor. And it's new for some of them, the expectation of it's expected of you. It's not every other possession. It's not every other play. It's every play. You have to play hard. And if we can get that instilled in them, then I really think we have a chance to be a really good basketball team.
Like you were talking about just maybe some of those intangibles or different things. Raina kind of felt like gave you guys a spark. She had, forced turnover that led to, I think, Taj getting some points, some rebounds. I guess, what do you like from her coming off the bench?
Well, she played well again. I mean, her biggest issue is conditioning. When she gets tired, I mean, it shows on her face. It shows on her awareness of what's going on the court. I mean, even at the end of the half, I had to be like, Raina, there's only 12 seconds, babe. I know you got 12 seconds in you. You're okay. And those are things trying to teach them. You can't let fatigue make a coward of you. And that's where we are. It's like as soon as we get a little bit tired, just fight through. There's going to be a whistle. It's the one thing about our game. It may be a minute 20 is the average that it's going to go before a foul's called, a dead ball, something happens. But you got to find it within you to not give up because you're tired, because you're only impacting your team. And that's what this game's all about. It's a team game, So Raina, I thought, played really well. She gave us a spark. She came up with some steals. She had, two assists. She goes 6 of 8, 1 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds. Her stat line's great. And, I'm not expecting 6 of 8 every night from her, but I'd like to see her get 3 or 4 assists. But we also have to make shots, too. We've got some kids that are open, and she's making nice passes. We're just not making them. So hopefully we can improve our shooting. I know you look at it and you're like, well, you shot 55% from the field on the game. It looks great. Well, that's because we shot 72 in the fourth quarter. I mean, it took a unbelievable fourth quarter to get us over 50%. We've got to be more consistent throughout. And then our defense, we've just got to get better defensively.
I know you've had good bigs in the past, obviously, but have you had this kind of rotation where you're able to have, Laura, Alif, Yvenia, and I even gotten a little bit, Grace when she's healthy. Just how big is that?
No, it's going to be important. I mean, we've just got to get production from all of them. Laura and I've seen it every day in practice. Yevi's still trying to adjust a little bit to the college game. And to how we do things here. You set a ball screen, I need you to roll hard to the basket. Don't stop midway. Because when you stop in the middle, then when we're trying to flash the opposite post, you're standing next to each other. And, she kind of likes to tell me, well, that's how I did it here. And I thought, that's great. Unfortunately, you're not there. You're here. And I tell them, if you got a better way to do it, please come see me. I'm up for suggestions. But bring me something to show me that it works. Because we have had a little success here, and we do adjust as the years go by of what personnel we have. Even Laura in the second half, we had to yell to her on a ball screen to roll all the way to the basket because she stopped. And then she finally went the rest of the way, and I think Mac threw her a pass, and she scores a layup. So it's just little things that you have to be willing to do. Sometimes you might not score, but it might lead to a basket for a teammate. And though that's when you can get to that point, then you've really become a good basketball team.
You think it was a little bit of a, I don't know, intimidation factor for New Orleans players knowing the career you had there and what you
Well,
did at Northern Kentucky?
I'm sure they showed game film. I mean, now it's on VHS. You know, that's if they found a VHS recorder. I did make my first shot. I will say that. I'm not sure I made many after that. But it's fun. It's always a good time. I appreciate Jeff, his willingness to come down here and play. Their uniforms have improved some. You know, ours were bright yellow and we look like bananas.
That's in now.
It wasn't in back in 1991. We tried to make it in, but it wasn't. No, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.